Hello everyone, this is the ultimate guide how to play solo in 2025. In this video, I will cover many different solo topics like what trades to use, how to play, how to fight enemies, and the most effective way how to play as a solo. Keep in mind that all this is coming from a player with 13,000 hours who mostly plays solo, but I'm very confident that anyone can learn a lot of stuff in this guide, and it's not just gonna be headshot everyone in 5 seconds. Let's get straight into it. So, as a solo, you obviously wanna recruit your hunter, and here comes the first tip. What hunter do you wanna choose as a solo? Obviously, you could choose one of those bush hunters, to have the best advantage to hide in the bushes. But for me, I like to play on a reverse psychology. I like to choose one of those basic looking hunters that you wouldn't expect are solo because, yeah, they are just cheap. It almost look like free hunters. And keep in mind, on a free hunter, you cannot get necromancer trait, so people don't really expect you to revive. So I like to take some of those casual looking hunters, because they all come with a 10 trade points, so it doesn't really matter. But again, this is maybe just the psychology, so at the end, it's your choice. Okay, let's say you choose your hunter, and the first thing you wanna do as a solo is to adjust your health bars. You always wanna play with 3 big bars, because as a solo, with necromancer, you get only 1 revive. And you don't lose a bar, you get restoration, and you are full HP with 3 bars. So dying and losing the big bar doesn't matter much, because the only disadvantage is that you might burn out faster, but it doesn't really matter, because it provides so many other advantages. The advantage of big bars is that, let's say you take a fall damage, well, with a small bar you would have to manually heal, but with a big bar, you can actually wait and it's gonna automatically regen. That also goes for hits. You can survive attack from armored and keep your bar and then regen it. But it also goes for players in PvP. You might get shot by some pistol and you will regen your bar for free. So always play 3 big bars as a solo. Now let's go to the trades. Every hunter comes with 10 trade points. My usual build that I play for a solo is Necromancer, Conduit and Magpie. These 3 trades are great starter for solo and they work very well with the gameplay I'm gonna show you how to play as a solo. But the Necromancer is obvious, you can revive once you die. Conduit is amazing for solos. You take 1 clue and you're gonna get 6 minutes of stamina because it counts double. Okay, I know you might be asking, why not just take Greyhound and Determination, because those traits cost 3 points compared to the 5 points for Conduit. Well, let me tell you the difference between stamina traits and the stamina effect. First, the Determination makes your stamina regen sooner. So once you stop moving, it starts regening a bit faster. And Greyhound makes you sprint at full speed for longer duration. Well, the Conduit overrides both traits. It gives you 6 minutes of the stamina effect, and that gives you infinite melee stamina and sprint stamina, so you don't even have to stop to regen. But there is one more game-changing thing that you probably don't even know, that also works in the teams and as a solo. So here is an example what happens if you don't have the stamina effect. Eventually you're gonna die, as a solo or in a team. And what happens if you get revived with no stamina effect? You get this out of breath icon, you get 0 stamina and you have slower sprint speed. So you get revived, cannot melee, cannot sprint at full speed, and that's a big disadvantage. And even Greyhound and Determination don't really help you in this situation. But what if you have the stamina effect from Conduit or from Stamina Shot? Well, as you can see, if you revive, you get a full sprint speed, full and infinite stamina, and this can be game changing. Let's say you're gonna get revived in front of some people or in the open or against some AI. Well, you can either kill them all or run away. And this is the big reason to have the stamina effect. So you definitely wanna use either Conduit or Stamina Shot as a solo. But I recommend Conduit because Stamina Shot lasts 7 minutes and Conduit gives you 6 minutes per clue. And if you have double boss, you can actually collect multiple clues and get even like 20 minutes of stamina, so it's way better. And Magpie is great because you can double your dark side to 10 seconds, and when you pick up the bounty, you get quickly stamina, regen, and antidote. So these are my favorite traits to pick when I'm starting as a solo at level 1. But what if you don't want to start at level 1 with only these 3 traits? Well, there is few ways how to increase your trait points so you can get better head start. One of the ways mainly works if you don't prestige, and it depends on your hunter slots. So basically right now I have the max amount of hunter slots, 75, and obviously I cannot play all the hunters at once. But why do I have full roster? Well, all these hunters with 16 trait points, they are level 1, and usually you get 10 trait points, but how do I get 16? Well, because I don't prestige anymore, they just sit here and do nothing. But sometimes, from Dark Tribute, you can get 2 upgrade points for all your hunters in the roster. So if you don't prestige, if you have many hunter slots, I would actually recommend you to fill up your roster until you have 1 slot left and keep those hunters there sitting in doing nothing, because eventually over the weeks, maybe even months, you're gonna collect trade points on them. So look, I have this many hunters with 16 trade points, so if I wanted to play them, I could get my usual trades, my head start trades, and I still have 6 points left, which I can use for anything else. Vulture if I wanna loot, maybe Surefoot, all the trades you can take. And the second strategy how to get head start as a solo is taking advantage of the first bounty extraction bonus. You probably don't even know what is that, but if you extract on your hunter with a bounty, it shows you this icon. And what does it even do? Well, the first ever extraction on that hunter gives you extra bonus of 15% hunter XP and 20% of handlers bonus. And this is only for the first extraction on each hunter every day. Tomorrow, these icons will disappear because it's gonna be new day, so new extraction can be used on this. So what I usually do, I start those hunters at level 1, play 1 game of Bounty Clash or some games with teammates, and every time we win a game, I go on a fresh hunter and take a new one. And the hunter that managed to extract with the bounty, I just keep him here until tomorrow. And tomorrow I can play it again and get this bonus again. So you see, all these hunters have this icon because today I extracted with the bounty on these hunters in Bounty Clash, and I'm not gonna play them until tomorrow. Because tomorrow I can get a bonus of 20% extra $100 and 15% extra hunter XP. So this is gonna be a great head start. Not to mention, because I already extracted with this hunter, I have 26 extra trade points to spend and 6 pledge marks if I wanna buy some event stuff. But you should definitely try this if you play with randoms, with teammates, and sometimes solo. You should keep those hunters for when you play solo. Okay, so now you know as a solo you need to have 3 big bars. These traits are amazing, so what loadout should you use? In my opinion, these are the must-have items as a solo. Spear, medkit, vitality shot, and regeneration shot. You don't really need stamina shot because you have the conduit, and here you should definitely fill these slots with something that you like. Maybe you like to trap, so I would recommend as a solo play traps. If you know how to play them, it's good. Maybe take a flare pistol to burn enemies that you kill and also use it as a bait. When they try to choke their teammates, you might actually use it as a bait and kill them. You also might wanna take a Derringer penny shot, which is a great tool against killing bosses, meatheads, and sometimes even players. You can go check out my Derringer guide that I uploaded a few weeks ago. And because of conduit, you are usually the first one to find the boss. So I would also recommend you maybe take a sticky bomb if you wanna kill the boss fast, or you can take a dynamite against players. But these 4 slots are a preference. I would say these 4 are must-have. If you are broke, you can also take advantage of the big bars by using weak vitality shots. They heal you for 75 health, so if you are 1 bar and you're gonna use it, you're gonna heal basically up to here, so the rest can regen for free. But personally, I prefer the big one because it can heal you from 1 HP to full HP instantly, so they are worth the price. Okay, and now let's get to the game. Here, I recorded 1 game of stream, and now I'm gonna give you commentary over the gameplay, so you know what's going on inside my mind. As you can see, I have the regular traits, I have tier 1 hunter, I have some, cheap weapons, and my tools and consumables I like to play. So, let's hop into the game. Okay, so one more disclaimer, this is not supposed to be like some insane YouTube game with many kills, but it's meant to show you how to play as a solo, how to position yourself, and how to fight. And I have a few rules as a solo. Those rules obviously don't apply every game, but I think they are very good for general solo gameplay. So the first rule is, never do the boss unless you can do it fast or safe. The second rule, never make noise mid-game. Honestly, making noise at the start of the game doesn't matter much, but mid-game it could lead into you getting ambushed. Never repeat the same angle against players that are shooting at you. This obviously applies in trios as well, but it applies double for solo players. Another rule is play fast and unexpected. Only take 1v1 fights, never try to 1v2, pick 2 guys at the same time, don't try that. Try not to fight a whole trio alone, always try to third party. And the last rule I have in the mind, don't risk, play on enemy mistakes. Again, this doesn't apply for every game. Obviously, you could take a risk if you know the situation will be way better after you do that. But I think those are pretty solid rules. Okay, let's get into the match commentary. And you might have noticed I scare crows at the spawn. Well, it doesn't really matter as long as you keep moving fast. And as a solo, because you are alone, you don't have to rely on your teammates, it's very great strat to just rush the boss. And this is another reason why I like to play Derringer Penny Shot and a Spear. You can throw one spear, shoot Derringer twice, and kill Meathead for free trade and XP. Okay, here I was actually getting shot at because I was loud, but I tried to ignore it because you never wanna fight 1v3 alone, and as a solo when you spawn with Conduit, your main goal should be to collect as many clues as possible to get as much stamina as possible, because you get 6 minutes of stamina per clue, so here I went for the other clues. And again, I don't care much about making noise, I just rush the clues. Okay, so here I actually heard another team from Winderan, so now I know there is 2 teams behind me. That's why I didn't want to kill the Meathead, because it could be risky, they could maybe snap me or something. So I continued towards Iron Parish as fast as I can. No need to stop, no need to wait for AI and all that, just rush. Other boss banish, so it's nice to know there is 3 teams and I know where they are. Okay, here I took the last clue and I know the boss is in Golden. And most likely there won't be another team in Golden, because I know there is 3 different teams at this time, so it's less likely I'm gonna get ambushed, right? But another tip is that every time you are approaching a boss lair, try to be quiet. Because the moment you make noise, people are just gonna wait on that side of the compound and they're just gonna get free kill on you. So when you're approaching boss lair, you wanna be as quiet as possible. Okay, here I heard the shots in the background where the 2 teams I met on spawn, they started fighting. And I try to listen to what weapons they use, so I know what I have to fight against when they come to the boss. Okay, I scanned. The boss was obviously white, so it's pretty much safe. There is 3 different teams. I know where they are, so I have time to kill the boss. It's Assassin, the most painful boss to kill as a solo, but here I try to shoot the lanterns, you know, create some fire. And I'm gonna use my spear and the original penny shot, which are actually great for killing bosses, even for Assassin. I keep scanning if the boss is red, just to be safe. Okay, I finally killed this boss. Actually the worst boss to kill. I scanned the last time, I banished. I hear Meathead close by, so I'm gonna get free kill on him. Maybe some trade, nothing. But this is personal preference. I honestly like to kill the AI around the compound as much as I can. Sure, you could use it as like defense for your boss lair, but I prefer to hear clearly and hear enemy steps. But then now I hear some shots. You know, the two teams are still fighting, so I know they are still pretty far. Other boss is vanishing. I look around for some loot, maybe toolboxes. Here I went for the supply to get some ammo. And because I saw that team coming to my boss, I decided to like ambush them, you know, try to maybe waste their dark side or get some shots in. But yeah, because I'm playing solo against trios and I know where 3 different teams are, it's less likely I'm gonna miss someone, right? So I assume that everyone is just fighting each other. So I'm pretty much safe here. Okay, here I heard the emulator. I scanned, so I know exactly where they are. Oh, and I see him coming. I missed the shots here. But that's fine. I took 2 shots in. I don't wanna repeat again because now I have 3 different guys looking at my direction. But even this play was very good because I wasted their dark side. If you think about it, trio has 2 bounties, each has 5 seconds of dark side. So they definitely scanned. Once I shot here, they definitely scanned and wasted their second. Then they probably kept scanning on the way. So that's very good play to do against the trio. You try to waste their dark side. That's why you wanna like peek from different angles, approach from different angles. That's exactly what I did here again. Try to reposition myself, you know. Shot at them. They're gonna get scared. They're gonna scan again. So once they are approaching to my boss lair, they're gonna be low on dark side or have none dark side. So I can actually ambush them. But here I could go pick up my own bounty. But again, as a solo, if you pick up a bounty, that makes you permanently marked on the map for everyone, so it's kinda a big disadvantage. I usually take the bounty at the end of the fights where I wanna scan if there is 1 or 2 guys. But here, I just kill some more AI, wait for them to come, and chill. I look at the map. They are in Lawson, so, you know, where they had the shots they went to. They probably went there, scanned again, so that's another dark side waste for them. And I just wait. Here I try to take another peek, which is kinda risky, because they probably scan me if they have dark side. But it looks like they are unaware, so again, take a few shots. Miss, that's fine. But then now I know they'll definitely push here, so I'm just gonna prepare for the fight, use the regen, use the saddleback, and yeah, here I'll just wait. I'm trying to listen for the weapons. I know they have Lemat, Centennial. But here I kinda realized the team that I met on spawn, they actually came here and they are fighting each other now. So now I know it's two different teams fighting each other. I hear flare, so someone died. They are burning the body. And I try to slowly approach, maybe from their back, so they don't expect it, and get some free kills. Again, I don't hear gunshots, so I don't want to be too aggressive. I just want to wait what they do. I missed my shot. I don't want to repeat again. I'll play it safe, you know. I want to let them fight each other. Don't fight them me. But again, I reposition. That's very important for solo. Here I got a free kill. He was standing still, you know, fighting another team. Now I know at least two guys are dead and they are pushing each other. So I think it's a great time to pick up the bounty, scan, and join the fight to finish it off. Another death. So now I see two guys. Scan 360. Always want to do 360 scans. You never know if there is someone around you, behind you. And you see, third partying worked basically for every kill I got this match. Now it's 1v1. So I can play it a bit more aggressively. But if you are fighting 1v1 against a player from a trio, you always want to try to position yourself in a way that if you die and they go for the revive, they don't see your dead body. So you can revive safely while they are reviving their teammate. Here he actually went for the revive because I didn't know where is his teammate's bodies. So that kind of surprised me. And look at the way how I peek. I try to peek in a way that I can only be seen by one player. Try to stay in the cover. Here I know the other player knows exactly where I am. I have nowhere to go. So I'm just trying to like bait the shots to find out his location. Here he repositioned, so I knew I have time to move somewhere better. Okay, I know this player is playing Lebel, and this comes with experience, is learning the fire rate of enemy weapons. I know approximately how fast can Lebel shoot, so I can time my peaks perfectly. See, even when it's 1v1, I don't want to repeat the same angles twice, because, again, as a solo, it only takes one bullet and your game is over. So I play it very safe. Burn his teammate, you know, to maybe force him to choke, force him to push. Here I was waiting if he's gonna push. Then he started pushing. So he's my wit shot for a fast heal. Trying to bait the Lebel shot so I can peek safely. But then he switched to a secondary. Okay, now the fight actually got very goofy. But try to stay calm. I hear choke, so I can assume he went for the res, which he didn't. So I push him with a spear. Okay, and here, that's my last option. Spear. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I know the fire rate of his weapon, which is Bert here, not Lebel actually. but I could easily predict when he's gonna shoot, so I could dodge his shots the moment before he's about to shoot. So now I got basically both bounties, I got all the bodies to loot by just killing like 4 or 3 players, playing it safe and playing off enemy mistakes and third partying. Here I went a bit forward in the match, which basically everyone was dead, but I remember they had a fight around the rare supply from the beginning of the match, so I went there, found their bodies and looted their weapons. Okay, so when I extracted with 2 bounty tokens, 4 player kills and some XP. This gave me level 46 on my hunter and I received $3,400, which was actually very great game for solo. Again, there is not many kills because it's not supposed to be a high kill game, but it's actually showing you how to play as a solo safely. Okay, so here I'm going straight to the second game, and in this game I decided to play shotgun and a Sparks pistol. I would say playing shotgun as a solo is probably the easiest way to play as a solo if you want to engage in fights. Obviously you can always play sniper and play it safe, but if you really want to fight normally, shotgun is probably the easiest to play for solos. So like always, I'm gonna rush the clues to get the stamina. With conduit I get 2 clues right off spawn. I open the map, and unfortunately I got kinda bad RNG, where I cannot spawn the furthest from the boss. But that's fine, I just keep moving, keep running fast. Then I see Meathead, so I decided to kill him for free trade maybe. Unfortunately, no new trade. But look, if you play spear with a stamina shot, it's honestly all you need as a melee tool goes. Here I could go left or right, but because I made some noise at the spawn, it could lead into ambush. So I decided to run into the middle of the map as fast as I can, so I don't meet any players. Now I hear some shots on the right side. Obviously, I could go to third party them, but I decided to play it safe, get more stamina and see where is the boss. So here I reached the rare supply, and for example, if I was playing traps, I would probably place some traps here, you know, get some free kills. They would probably just rest and use the medkit, but still, would be probably a free kill. So here I was approaching La Plata mine and I heard the boss spawn, so I knew there is no one. But then very bad timing happened and team actually came from the other mine. And then I hear other team in the house. So it's basically a bounty clash lobby in bounty hunt. I'm listening to their weapons, I know it's 2 Mosins, it's Krak. I'm trying to play it safe, don't peek both teams at once, but try to get the advantage of them approaching the compound, trying to ambush them. Here I was crouching in case they decided to take the ladder, which would lead into free kill for me, but they decided to go around. Again, I'm pretty confident they have no idea I'm here, so I just stand still. And wait for them to run into my shot, just like that. Here I knew there is one more player. Okay, notice that I don't try to expose myself to multiple angles, but that guy on the top actually surprised me. But with this combo, Sparks pistol and a shotgun, you can actually get very long range kills with this finisher. It's pretty nice, you should try it. But again, I still play it safe, because there is one team above me and one team below me. So I want them to fight each other, I don't want to get sandwiched. Yeah, they got very good position with the high ground. But here, I had to wait, because I heard they have long ammo, and because I burned like half of my bar, they would just one-shot me to body. So I tried to play it safe, until they regen my health. That's why I'm crouching here, trying to reposition, because they probably won't even hear me, since they are on a metal, and I'm just walking and crouching. Then I heard more shots, and I assumed it's another team, so in this case, it's 3 different teams. Okay, here I know there is 2 teams outside and 1 team on the roof. So the team on the roof is gonna try to fight them. So I tried to surprise them from behind. Again, not full sprinting, just, you know, making some noise. But they don't hear it, they are mid-fight. So I tried to get a surprise ambush, which worked. I one-shot a guy that was already tagged. And when I had this guy pushing, I peeked him first to get the peeker's advantage. Straight into the another team. Again, if you tag someone with a Sparks pistol and you play shotgun, you can most likely finish them off with a shotgun at quite a long range, buckshot even. But here, I'm again unaware which team is which and who is it who, so I played safe again. Let them fight each other maybe, you know, try to get another third party fight. And just overall play it safer. Now I heard Mosin on the dirt on the other side. So again, I rotated in his back, walking, not sprinting, so he doesn't hear me. Okay, here I missed my shot, but because I heard he has a Mosin and I have a shotgun, I decided to do risky play and push him. And then I heard another team coming where I was fighting. So I tried to bait with the elevator, make them think I'm up. So they just ran into my shot, and I shotgunned them. See, this was a good play of being unexpected and surprising the enemies. Hopefully, you learned something from this fight, how to position yourself as a solo against trio. I would say, always try to third party, be unexpected, and let enemies fight each other. Another big plus is, if there is multiple teams around and you as a solo die, they usually don't expect you are solo. They would assume you are teammate of someone else. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you learned something new. Maybe how to approach compounds, how to approach fights, how to move on the map. And if you have any questions, or if there is anything that you want me to do in the future, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.